Hello everyone, I'm Overhaul, and today we're gonna be talking about Magne. That was a member of the League of Villains from My Hero Academia. And yeah, we are kinda running out of League of Villains member to talk about. After her, we only have like who? We have Spinner, All for One. That's gonna be a big video. Giran, I guess, and Gigantomachia, Ujiko. Ujiko's gonna be way before we get him. Who else? I guess there's that movie villain I believe was involved with the League of Villains. Well, a previous member, but besides the point, we are talking about Magne today. One of the first, if not the first, transgender. Well, not transgender. Not what cross-dress. No. All right. Let me explain this in a way I said. Magne originally born as a woman. Then she had that sex change operation, and now she's a man. And she still uses female pronouns. So, for example, if you go by the pronouns like the way some villains talk to each other, like big bro, big sis, Spinner will use big sis Magne even though she looks like a man. Yeah. Just to say, and before any of you get, oh my god, the liberals got into anime as well. I mean, for God's sakes, isn't there enough things this stupid left-wing politics have ruined? Well, first thing, don't worry. My Academia only treats this as a more of a unique character trait. I mean, quite literally, it matters nothing. There's nothing. It completely doesn't exist. Well, it does exist because, the whole part thing, but it's meaningless. It's not like something like in Star Wars or Star Trek Discovery or some of those meals where would be pushed down your throat that this person is transgender. Is that a term? Again, don't worry, it's nothing like that. So yeah, let's go with a backstory for her and then later quirks and abilities and that. Now, her backstory is actually going to be revealed rather shortly in the anime. If I have to guess, I would have to say the first episode in the first 10 minutes of season 4. Which is, originally, Magne was more of a shy person, not revealing that she feels like she's in the wrong body, or however, those people that feel like they're only born in the wrong body. But after meeting a friend that's a cross-dresser in every meaning of the word, like it's like a very muscular type man wearing a female clothing and having a female hair. We see it in the anime, in the episode with Twice. We see her friend briefly. Like, we see him like in a park or somewhere just looking and then seeing her and she says hi, that. But it was revealed that this fan is the reason why she became so open, why those chains broke. So, yeah. No, I don't believe that's the reason why the crimes and all that. I think the reason why she's a criminal is because she wanted to make big news flashes with became famous from causing crime. Because when we first meet Magne is in the forced training camp arc, in which is fighting Tiger, and Magne goes down to a list of every single thing she did, like, I don't know exactly what the list was. I think it was like 10 murders, 12 attempted murders, 9 robberies. And Magne's like, ooh, am I becoming famous? So apparently, I think I've heard once that the reason why she joined was because if she joins the League of Villains, she will be able to cause more crime, which is true. A more big scale crime in that, but yeah. That's what I believe that the reason why she joined the League of Villains. Now, back to the story thing. It's then and now the present. Like I said, the first time we see her is in the first training camp arc. I don't believe we see her like in a background or a reference or anything. Well, granted we do see her like in promotional photos or posters or in the openings, but for the in-canon story, I believe we just see her like walking with the Vanguard Action Squad in the mountain. So yeah. She goes there, and then later where the Poryos are having a split up of the students and game they have, Magne and Spinner come and directly attack the students and the wild pussycats. Also another reference, thing to know. Tiger, is he the leader of the wild pussycats? I mean, I think he is the strongest, but I don't know if he's the leader. He is actually also a transgender woman. Well, is that what it's referred to? He's also a person that was originally a woman and had sex change and now is a man. Those two fight in that battle. Now before they start the battle, Maggie used her quirk, which we're gonna get into later. And pulled Pixie up to her and she used a weapon. She has to cause a concussion. A concussion? Is that how you pronounce it? Yeah, I believe it's concussion. And then they can't, well, I don't think they were that far away because they were rather close. And they show up and she's like, I can crush this one's brain so easily. Which just so she kinda does enjoy murdering people. So yeah. After that they just spend their time fighting Tiger and Mandalay. And Magne is doing pretty goddamn well for her. I mean, it's not like she has a clear advantage or anything, but they seem to be evenly matched. They can fight. They don't. She didn't have any hard time. Like she got dodge or she got block. She's doing pretty well. Which does make me wonder if in the My Hero Academia universe, if when you go through the transition, the sex change, if that gives you the same amount of muscles, or does that just... who cares? Let's not stop referring to that. Just, yeah. She fights pretty well. It's like she's around the same strict level. Then, Izuku comes and he basically informs Mandalay to tell everyone about this, like the fact that League of Villains are trying to capture Bakugo and that. And then Maggie's like, and she knows this and she's like, wait, that big blow up there was a fight, so most likely muscular and this kid was able to beat him. So in her logic, she's like, alright, this kid is clearly an issue. Like, if he's already able to beat muscular, which I do believe some people are saying the reason why Deku was able to beat muscular was because Koro distracted him a little bit and muscular was holding back for way too long. But yeah. Magne goes there to take him down. And she would nearly if Spear didn't interfere. Which she's there in Spear, what the heck are you doing, Spear? I need to have him. And Spear's like, this kid was chosen to be worthy by Stain. Which does, if you ask me, confirm that Magne doesn't really have any opinion on Stain. And how she doesn't even seem to know which ones were working for, which ones joined because of Stain. But yeah, that destruction was enough to get Tiger to knock her out and then to hold her down. Then they're being held down, but Kagiri appears and he helps them. I don't know how. Maybe he made a giant attack and Mandalay and Tiger dodged, so they wouldn't be transferred to wherever he would send them. But I don't know exactly. So yeah. Then in the what's that called? Hideout radar, yes. She doesn't really do much. The only thing she really does is like to stay in the background and then getting captured by comedy roots. And then it's where we get her real name revealed, which I don't really care because, they're real names and let's be honest, so the main names like Magne are much better. So yeah, nothing much doing there. But when All For One not really shows up, uses his quirk to rescue all of them, she's there trying to help capture Bakugo. I don't know why she didn't use her quirk on Bakugo, because, Bakugo's thing was the fact that he was able to dodge, but Maggie didn't use her quirk, and here, well, maybe, no, I think they explain it with her quirk some kind of weakness, but I don't believe it does. Yeah. Anyways, they go there and try to capture her, and then it's just kind of insulting to see her struggling to capture Bakugo where, she's able to fight on par with some pro heroes. Hell, Taiga was literally there in the higher radar trying to capture everything and everyone. But yeah, Maggie does nothing until, Izuku shows up with leader Kirishima to save Bakugo, and they're basically like, and villains are like, alright, what are we going to do? Long range attackers, Kurugiri and Dabi are knocked out. Now it was also compressed, but that doesn't matter. And she's like, twice, she was a spinner, compressing, come here. And she used her polarity or magnetism to basically blast them to go capture them. But first, when she sends Kompraska, Mount Lady blocks it with her face, and then when she's planned to send twice, Gran Torino comes and knocks her out. So yeah. And then it's nothing really because she's knocked out for the majority of the arc after that, which was, to be fair, nothing else really happened with it, except the fact that All For One used one of his quirks. I don't know if we ever got the official name of the quirk he used, but yeah. Yeah, he used her body to use her quirk, some kind of a quirk activation automatic, and then push her away. So, for example, he used her quirk to get twice, Kompraska, Spinner, and all those in the portal when he opened the portal, which he used Kurogiri for, and then he threw her out there. Which again makes me wonder why didn't she use on Bakugo, but maybe it's like, women come, men go, Maybe it's something like that, but I don't believe that's how it stated. So yeah. Then we see her just like hanging out there, defeated in the new base of operations, or what I'm supposing is a base. It could just be a random location that's just abandoned. So yeah. Then we see her like traveling, like I already said, with her old friend. And then in the final episode, the final time we see her, two legal villains meet Overhaul. Now we also get the information about her that she's like, ooh, you're Yakuza type. So she still has some feminine personality. It's like she's like a tomboy. No, she still has a bit of a feminine personality, like when she finds out Overhaul is like a gangster, huh? And basically, then she gets her backstory and she goes there and tries to, swipe him. We also get to reveal what that weapon was, because previously it was just, something that looked like a steel bar covered with some cloth. Which we found is some kind of a magnet-like weapon. Some steel-like magnet thing. Like, it's like a regular steel bar, it only has magnet shapes things in it to look more like that. I'm assuming it's going to be blue and red when we get to reveal it in the anime. And she goes into strike him, but Overhaul and I also believe she used her quirk a bit on Overhaul to hold him down, to send him towards her. But unfortunately, she's a physical fighter, like hand-to-hand combat, bitches. So she tried to smack him, but her opponent was someone that only needs to do this, and you are, blown to smithereens. So yeah, Overhaul takes his glove stone, he touches her, she blows up, literally, the only thing that remains of her is her feet. which is kind of a comedic way to just leave a corpse, like just you blow up everything except her feet. And they drop down, and that's the end of Magne. So yeah, not much, and she's like one of the few characters that has died 100%. I think she's actually the first on-screen death we got. So yeah, not after that. So yeah, there's no real potential to talk about, but there is something to talk about. But let's first go to her abilities. Like I said, her quirk is magnetism. So the way it goes is some kind of like a pole thing. Like I believe the term in the end was used to South Pole and North Pole, or like men like South Pole and women like North Pole. I believe that's how they used it. But anyways, it's like on when she tries to use it on a man, it becomes blue electricity energy coming out and it's sent somewhere. I think it sends back or maybe it sends closer. As well, I believe with women because she did send the Mandalay and Pixie Bob to her. Now I know like Toga wasn't affected because in the anime Toga also has that, but maybe it was just some kind of a neat looking thing in the anime for why Toga that she was also glowing red. But yeah. So it's also confirmed that she cannot do that on herself. Maybe because she's, transgender, but most likely just an ability that cannot affect it. Besides, I don't even know how that would work on your own. Like, I guess it would kind of be like levitate. Shit, you could use it to kind of levitate, but that would make sense. So yeah, basically, it's like it drags men away and women too, and somewhat man drags them here too. Just it's basically like that. Yeah. So yeah. Then like I said, she as her weapon she used a giant metal. I don't know. Steel, just a weird magnet type of thing. I don't know what's the point of that, except it kind of looks cool. I mean, maybe this was supposed to be a reference to those characters that are bulky and they are using steel pipes or something to just fight. Like, they're like, oh, you use a sword, you use a scythe? Well, guess what? I don't need a fucking unique weapon. I think I need is to grab this steel pipe and I can bash your brains in. Which she can. I mean, if Tiger, or was it Mandalay? If one of those two didn't interfere, Pixie Bob's brains would be squish in the ground. We would be calling cleaners to clean her brains up. So yeah. And like I said, she does seem to have strength, like muscles. In fact, I would say that after the Hydra Radar, she was physically the most powerful member of the League of Villains. Well, I thought she gets killed by Overhaul. So yeah. No, her the potential isn't something that we can do because, she's that. And even though there's a possibility of Overhaul bring her back, that would be sort of like a thing he had to do like immediately after he killed that. I believe it's like 5 seconds. If Overhaul doesn't, in the next 5 seconds, bring you back to life, you're dead. You're 100% dead. Because he did do the same thing to Rapapa. But yeah, he used that he used that Magne, she's officially dead, like completely dead. Now there's not much. The only thing that I can possibly see it is that maybe one of the Nomus will use her quirk. That's the most I can see in the future. Like someone saying, hey, that Nomus sure has a similar quirk to Magne's quirk. That's the only thing I can see. Like maybe it's going to be like a giant, like a, what are those? Like that giant mouth Nomu that's going to whose whole thing will be eating, and then he'll be using Magne's quirk to, draw someone in so he could eat it. But outside that, I can't imagine much. No, I don't believe that the police or the heroes are aware that Magne is dead, so they might think that she's still alive. But most likely it's never going to be referenced. If I'm being totally honest, the whole reason why Magne most likely was purpose was just to show us that yeah, from now on we aren't just going to be like heroes versus villains. Yeah, good wins. Villain gets sent to prison, it's going to be like we're gonna kill as the kill, blood will be dropping, it won't no longer just be one cut with a blade and then licking the blood. It's going to be blood spraying all over, people bleeding out their bodies, puking blood. It's going to be a lot more, well, gruesome. That's basically all with Magne. So yeah, Magne it's not really a familiar character. No one's going to really be, she's not really going to be anywhere on the best of villains. But she was an okay villain, and it was not that they at least tried to do something with her, but unfortunately, they just kind of had to keep it up. I mean, to be fair, the current members of League of Villains were like the ones you would actually want to see more, but Magni unfortunately wasn't. So yeah. Anyways, I hope you liked this video. I hope you're gonna leave a like and subscribe to my channel for more videos in the future. If that's it, I cannot wait to see all of you people next time. Bye.